Hey, this is Ben with measureQuick at the HVAC Symposium 2025, and I'm here with...
Tanya Gaitz.
And where are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
And what do you do?
I am an owner-operator of a small HVAC company.
measureQuick. How did you find measureQuick, and why are you here? Why are you talking to me?
So I found measureQuick actually a few years ago, and I started digging into it. And here recently, I decided to take the plunge, and I took the trip to Ohio to take the master level HVAC course with Jim Bergmann himself. And that there just took me into rolling out this application to scale my business, to teach the younger generation in a positive, more, let's say, say positive. So this is actually giving them guidance and has teaching moments involved in it. So they can be out on their own, but still have the guidance and then share. I can look into their gauges remotely. There's nothing else in the business like this, in my opinion, to help the young generation and to help those that are out there that just weren't ever taught properly. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
And I love how you put it that way, because Jim's career began as a teacher. He was very passionate about teaching at the vocational school in Ohio that he was in for many years, and just being able to share that knowledge in a way, both my parents are teachers as well, so that's another reason why I really jive with Jim. But he's put that DNA into the app, and so yourself embracing it in that same way, basically being able to be right there with your students wherever they are doing their work, and to give them that dedicated guidance. You have the confidence that they'll be able to use the just-in-time training to learn what they need when they need to. But if they're stuck, you're right there because of Test Tracker.
Yes.
Right?
We're right there just to get them back on track, calm them down and refocus them, and they go back through the app, work the workflows.
So how many I guess kids are you putting to work with measureQuick?
So right now there's a little over 30, and that's only one of the schools. So this is an entire school district that we're going to be working with. So this is a big project. I'm looking forward to it because I believe we're going to make some serious change.
And they've all been outfitted with, or at least the program's been outfitted with tools as well?
Yes. So they've got various types of tools that have been donated to the program. And Daikin has also donated equipment for us to use to work with the kids, with measureQuick, through this whole process. So it's very exciting to see all these big players come together to help the kids.
That's phenomenal, the amount of effort they're putting into that, because it's probably a lot of it is volunteer on your behalf, I would expect.
Yes, passion project.
Yeah,
yes.
But that's wonderful, because I've heard so much feedback from people saying that trade school doesn't prepare you enough for the modern HVAC problems. And this kind of, you're taking a very different approach of saying, let's just start at the high school level, because they're mature enough to understand these problems and they want to learn really interesting tools and technology, so you're giving that to them.
Yes, and they like it. The tablets, the Wi-Fi abilities. This is
digital natives, yeah.
Yeah, this is second nature to them. So it's almost harder or more of a challenge to take someone that's been in the field doing it without this and then just start fresh with the young ones, and they just roll right into it.
One risk that people point out is that, technology makes you dumber. It basically, you're not actually learning it the hard way. You're not going through all that kind of pain that I had to go through. If putting myself in the shoes of maybe a more senior technician who's not used measureQuick, there is a perspective that there's important steps that are being skipped. So what's your opinion of that?
Our industry is changing. I think the coaching moments within measureQuick, that right there is giving the kids or any technician that support that they need right there on the job. And I think that's important that you have that learning moment there. So we're just learning differently. It's not that we're skipping things, it's just a different pace. That's it. We're still learning.
Yeah, and well, it's because it sounds like you're doing it with a lot of deliberate effort, instead of just throwing a tablet at them and being like, okay, look at the diagnostics. You are holding their hand all the way, just in a way that is the easiest for you to still connect to them regardless of where they are. Yeah.
Absolutely. And all I see is positive things coming out of this. Looking forward to this year.
So what's the end goal? Where do you want these kids to be? What's the outcome of them learning all this stuff? What happens next?
After they graduate from the program, the next thing is they want to get a job. And so they will be ready to work. They will be hireable coming out of the program. They will have their EPA certs. They'll be trained on measureQuick. So they already know how to take the measurements. So they're ahead. They know what vacuum pumps are. They know what to do when they get there. And if they don't, they have measureQuick, which gives them the confidence that they can figure things out. Yeah.
So if that's a problem that you want to solve of getting more skilled labor into your local market, we got a great example here. You can contact measureQuick. We can put you in touch, and maybe you might have a couple tips as the year progresses.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
It's amazing. And then you also have your own business that you're using measureQuick for.
Yes.
And so are you using the Vital Score? Are you producing reports for customers?
Yes, in our business, so we are commissioning our equipment, benchmarking.
Are you using the NIST procedures?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes, providing the certificates. So
awesome.
we've got the documentation, the reports. So our installs have just stepped up another notch. Yeah.
You're going to be like one of the top in the country because even the certificates, the ACCA certificates, everybody knows ACCA, but the ACCA certificates through measureQuick, because they do take extra steps and a lot of homeowners don't understand them yet, a lot of people aren't doing them yet. But how are you selling those to homeowners? When you say, hey, homeowner, I'm going to do all these things that other people aren't doing, how do you sell that value to them?
I'm actually trying to educate the homeowner with the document, explaining. We also use conduit. That helps.
Yeah, the LiDAR load
Yes.
calcs, yep.
So that also helps with the graphics and explaining why we chose this size of equipment. And then once we commission it, then we show it's working the way it's designed. And then when we come back for maintenance, hey, it's still working the way it's designed.
Yeah.
So that's our whole plan.
Man, you must look ridiculously competent compared to anybody else in your local market.
Customers love it. So what happens is they end up sharing with their neighbors, their family members, and now we're getting calls from those folks.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now you don't have to buy ads.
no, that is
No more leads.
No more leads. No, we don't need that.
Amazing.
measureQuick.
Yeah. Get lead free. Get measureQuick. Anyways, thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Anything else to share about this whole journey? About this?
Symposium. This is an amazing environment. I recommend if you're into industry, if you're interested in the industry, this is definitely a group that you want to be around, whether if it's just online, but here to get to meet people face to face, definitely a game changer. You feel in the support from the industry itself. So it doesn't matter what state you're in. Actually, some people from other countries here. So I'm glad I made the decision to come out because I've been doing virtual. So this is my first year to attend. So I will be here next year.
Amazing. And hopefully with some of those kids.
Yes, absolutely.
Sweet.
We'll do a follow-up.
We will.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll
check
do a
it.
follow-up.